lovely bride made a suggestion, and I know better than to defy her. And she suggested out of the book of Isaiah. And Isaiah is my favorite Old Testament book. And I read an article just last night. Isaiah has been called by many to be the Bible in miniature. There are 66 books in the Bible. There are 66 chapters in Isaiah. The Old Testament, New Testament, and the Bible correspond to a division in Isaiah from the parts of the prophecies that they go through. And there's about 6 or 8 more things that Isaiah mimics the Bible in structure, which is really quite amazing when you consider how they were written and how all this came together throughout many times. But my favorite thing about Isaiah is there are 127 direct references to the coming Messiah. And that's where we're going to look at one of those today in chapter 52. And Isaiah at this time has spent a lot of time condemning the people of Israel for their lack of faith and trust. And now in the latter part of the book, he's going back to trying to encourage them. And 52 starts out, awake, put on your strength, put on the beautiful garments of Jerusalem, the holy city, and henceforth there shall no more come into the uncircumcised and unclean. And shake thyself from the dust, arise and sit down, loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion. And this is referring to the return of the exile that they were coming back from. For thus saith the Lord, my people went down aforetime into Egypt and to sojourn there, and the Assyrian oppressed them without cause. Now, what have I here, saith the Lord, that my people are taken away for naught, that they rule over them, make them to howl, and my name continually every day is blasphemed. Therefore my people shall now know my name, therefore they shall know in that day that I am he who doth speak. Behold, it is I. And when I look at the world today, how God is being oppressed and opposed in every faction of the nation that we're in, every day God's name is blasphemed someplace, multiple times, and it's up to us. So finally in verse 11, Isaiah says, depart, go out from here, touch no unclean thing, for you shall not go with haste, nor go by flight, for the Lord will go before you, and the God of Israel will be your reward. And behold, my servant shall deal prudently. He shall be exalted and extolled, and be very high. We will deal with a great deal of oppression. We will deal with those that oppose us and think differently. But also, we know we have the promise from God that Jesus is coming. Jesus will be there to take care of us. And Jesus will be the one that we trust. Let me go ahead and do the...
Go ahead. There's a paper in there.
Sir?
There's a
Oh.
paper.
Ah.
Cheat sheet.
How do you keep up all your papers?
Chaos theory.
So at the Last Supper from Mark 14, and they were eating, and Jesus took the bread, he first blessed it, then he broke it and gave it to his disciples, and he said, take, this is my body. And then he took the cup, and again he gave thanks for the cup, and he gave it to the disciples, and they all drank. He said, this is my blood of the covenant, is poured out for the many. And truly I say to you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new in the kingdom of God. This is a time of remembrance, when we reenact what Jesus told his disciples on that night. We should do this always in remembrance every time we partake of this meal.